Okay, basically we've got some cardinal saying that the Catholic Church needs to do even more as compared to nothing, about sodomizing children, and I don't know. I mean, how even that can be in the news is just beyond me. But I really wanted to speak about Scottish independence. I think that every country has the right to govern itself, and there is some good debates going on just now actually about economic systems, and basically the fact that even if you vote for Scottish independence, Scotland won't truly be independent because it's got the Bank of England, the Rothschild Central Bank, will be controlling still the whole of the United Kingdom, so it's not complete independence, but they've still got a right to actually choose whether you want nuclear power or different things like that, how you want to be represented in Europe and stuff like that. And it's the Europeans saying Scotland will need to reapply to be in Europe, to trade with Europe. Okay, Scotland, there's about 2 or 3 nations, obviously, other than the rest of the home nations here, that Scotland trade with. One of these being actually Holland. It's quite high up on the list. But really, this relationship, it's probably the United States is probably quite important as well, in regards to its finances and stuff like that. But really, you've got to choose a financial system, and it's going to be capitalism. You're going to allow those who want to invest in the workforce, train workers to do certain jobs, which the skill is there in Scotland for a lot of things. Okay. Now, socialism and communism, basically what you have is just especially socialism, it basically neutralises the working class. Okay, they become lazy because they think that the rich should be paying for everything. Okay, so that's generally socialism. It makes for a very not a good economic system. Okay, and then you've got general communism that really depends on who is actually in control of the communism, but it's never worked ever. It's never worked in history. The only time that it had a good effect was when the church actually used it back in the 1st century, incorporated communism pretty much in the congregations, in the communities, early Christian communities. That's when it had real benefit, because there was responsible people being led by the Holy Spirit to cater for those who needed looking after, and the orphans, widows, and split the money for bigger families and so on. Okay, that was fair, but you must have had still within that group, eventually you must have still had people coming in. See, what they have in India is that they give up land. They're called the Rajis. They're actually quite a high class. There's still a class system in India, okay, and the Rajis have own land and lots of different things. What they do when they become Christians, they give all that up and join a commune. That's what Brother Bhakt Singh started a church like that in India. It's called Hebron. Okay, you can look that up. But basically, since that apostle died, all the people that are running that church, okay, they've become very greedy, and some of them have been really taking a lot of the tithe money from there. So you can see that communism in the wrong hands can be brutal. It can actually utterly destroy lives, and it's obviously, that's a record of it in the past that it's done that. And so Scotland really needs to realise the only way forward for it is laissez-faire capitalism. That's the only way forward for Scotland. Now, I wish that in an independent Scotland, to be honest with you. Okay, I would like to see that in an independent Scotland, but to get from where we are now, which is socialist, and it's not separatist, but it wants to be but it wants to be socialist, so it's just very mixed up at the moment, but it needs to sort itself out. And I would like to see Scotland being independent, but I don't know. Hopefully that this, hopefully we can have some good debates on there. I know a guy's channel called Scott McKelvey, I think that's McKelvey. I think he's got a good channel explaining all that stuff. So I know his channel's a lot bigger than mine and stuff like that, but I'll still leave a link to it, because that's just regarding the topic of this video. Right, thanks very much for listening, and may God bless you.